Well, good morning, everyone. Nick Reagan here from our First Alert Desk for 5 on 5 Plus. Happy Monday. Happy to be with you. Thanks for joining me. We've got our top 5 headlines and, of course, weather from First Alert meteorologist Samantha Roberts coming up here in just a moment to get you going on this beautiful Monday morning. Let's go ahead and start with some of the biggest news from over the weekend. A popular Charleston-based barbecue spot closed unexpectedly over the weekend, catching many customers off guard. Rodney Scott's Barbecue is now closed. The general manager says service is paused until further notice. Before closing, business appeared normal, though some customers reported a limited menu and items running low. The Pihakis Restaurant Group, which owns Rodney Scott's, also owned Joyland on Calhoun Street, which closed earlier this year. A Birmingham lawsuit alleges the group owes millions in unpaid bills, and reports say other locations have also shut down or been sold. No additional details have been released just yet, and of course, we'll continue to update as we learn more about the future of Rodney Scott's Barbecue. All right, well, you might have seen a police presence over the weekend at a local mall. Officials with the North Charleston Police Department say a threat at Northwoods Mall this weekend has been ruled fake. Saturday, the department announced that it was boosting security measures there in response to unspecified threats. Last night, we heard that there is no longer any need for an increased presence at the mall. That's because officials, again, investigated that threat and found it to be a hoax. They do want to take the time, however, to remind you that if you ever see anything suspicious, to give them a call at 911. Of course, that emergency line there. 911, give them a call if you see anything suspicious while you're out at the mall. All right, well, let's take a quick peek outside. Let's go to downtown Charleston here. A look at the from our Rutledge camera there, overlooking downtown Charleston. We've got a shot over the water as well right now. Our First Alert meteorologist Samantha Roberts getting ready for Noticias Cinco Plus there. You can see the Spanish on your screen, but that beautiful shot there of the harbor. Let's talk to Sam right now, get a closer look at your forecast.
Good Monday morning to you. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Of course, we had all that rain through the first half of the weekend, but much drier as we get through the first half of this work weekend. Very pleasant out there as well. Now, we will heat up by the middle of the week, and your first alert for rain back in the forecast by Thursday, and even some thunderstorms. We'll be watching for the potential for maybe even a few severe thunderstorms on Thursday, but it's still really early, so stay tuned as we continue to fine-tune that part of our forecast. In the short term, beautiful today, upper 70s, sunshine, pleasant levels of humidity, and a beautiful evening too. In fact, tonight a little bit warmer, but still very pleasant. We're going to be in the 50s across most of the region. Probably won't have as many 40s out there first thing tomorrow morning. Beautiful day tomorrow, but look at Wednesday. We're getting into the mid 80s. We're going to be above average. It's going to be a lot more humid on Wednesday, and that's kind of in advance of our next system that comes in Thursday, brings us scattered showers and storms. Of course, we are still in a drought, so the rain is needed, and then we are cooler by the end of the work week. Have a great Monday.
All right, thanks, Samantha. One more look there over downtown Charleston. Well, after all of the hype, after all the preparations and all of the excitement, some unfortunate news over the weekend. The Airshow canceled at the last minute. Joint Base Charleston officials announced Saturday afternoon that the 2026 Charleston Airshow had to be canceled because of the weather. Leading up to the event, JBC personnel and participating teams had been closely monitoring the forecast, pushing forward as planned, and we're excited to safely maximize every opportunity to fly. Organizers say, however, quote, while the intent was to proceed with the show unless weather posed a serious safety risk, the current forecast conditions have unfortunately reached that critical safety threshold. As previously communicated, the show cannot be rescheduled. So if you had any hopes that you might see it a little later, those hopes will have to be fulfilled in 2028 when the air show is planned to take place again. It's an event that happens every 2 years. The planning for that has already begun. Charleston Moves is hosting a walking audit in the Academy neighborhood, asking residents to help identify what needs to change for pedestrian and bike safety. Charleston Moves is focused on pedestrian and bike road safety and collecting data through that community walk. They will use the feedback for requests to the city of North Charleston as they work on their comprehensive safety action plan. The walk will use photos and real-time experiences from neighbors as data to determine what needs to change for everyone using the road safely. Throughout May, Charleston Moves is hosting walking audits and bike rides throughout the Charleston area. To increase safety, the organization has planned 7 events for Mobility Month to improve safety and celebrate safety efforts made so far. That walking audit will take place at the Perry Webb Community Center from 6 to 7 tonight. A full list of events can be found on Charleston Moves website for that Mobility Month and all the activities they have planned. Looking ahead, the city of Goose Creek is inviting you to help them celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Tomorrow, head to Uptown Green for a night of Latin music, restaurant spotlights, bars, and more. Organizers say there is something for the whole family with yard games, face painting, and crafts for kids. That is all happening tomorrow from 4 to 7. You can learn more about the event by heading to the Big Red Box on live5news.com. All right, well, that's going to be a look at our top headlines here from our First Alert Desk. I'm Nick Reagan. Thanks for joining me. We will see you right back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. for more 5 on 5 Plus every single weekday. Thanks for joining me and have an excellent Monday.